hope you are all able to see my screen. So if you can, please like raise your hand, or yeah, yes, Santosh, I see you. Please, others, raise your hand. It's there on the this thing, so you could see that you are able to see my screen. Please raise your hand. Great. So so I believe that you are able to see the screen. If not, stop me in between. Okay, fine. So I have shared you a guide, which is the observability guide. So I can just I pinged you again. I have also shared a link to the environment that we will need you to log in and spin up. We don't do much of a work, but we will just need that to ingest the data and look into stuff. Most of the work that we do here is on the cloud and the Strigo environment. I know I see that majority of the participants are same, but if some of you are new here again, I want to tell you that we are gonna take the cloud approach for the ease and for the because each of you might be riding in a maybe being in a different OS platform or something. Plus, again, Azure with Azure billing account and Azure credits, you can use it freely so that it's easier for you to get started. So that's why we are making it to all the better bits are there in the Elasticsearch cloud. Great. So let me quickly get to the part. So what we're gonna do is like first of all, this is okay. This is the guide that we're gonna follow. Like there's a lot of content here. So first of all, we need to kind of create this. I believe each one of you might have already created a cloud account. So if not, please go to the cloud.elastic.co and then log in with your credentials.
Arvind, there is one question. So will it after 14 days because
You didn't put any credit card, right?
no,
How
not
will
the
you be
problem.
charged?
Okay, yeah.
So whatever you spin up here, it's a trial, and you didn't put any credit card. It's free. You try it as much
Yeah,
as you
got it.
want. Okay. But if you are want to, like if you are Azure focused, I believe quite a few are working on Azure. So the better mode I prefer for you to start even on any cloud, while because it only helps you to get better discounts or whatever. Maybe you call a committed spend. For some people they say like you have committed spend on Azure, you have committed spend on Azure, AWS using reserved instance or something like that. So you could go to the marketplace, and that is where the solution is available, and then a kind of like you could okay, sorry, something I did. So you could probably like kind of subscribe from here, and then like it still redirects to this page, and then you just fill up, and then your billing account is linked to the kind of like what do you call Azure itself. So your bills will still come here, but you are using Elastic Cloud. Your credits are being consumed here, or your resources are consumed here, but still it is using the fully featured one. Great. So now I believe that according to the this particular demo, you just need to create a cloud account, sign up, and then kind of like go to the account API keys. I'm going to do the same thing. I believe that. Ravi, you have a question? Ravi Kishore?
Yeah, this is Ravi. I'm back. So
Okay.
uh, just wanted to update on what we are going to do. What we are planning to do here is we'll set up the environment using the APIs instead of using the UI. We'll showcase how you can set up the entire environment using the APIs. So create an account on cloud.elastic.co, copy the API key, and we'll give you scripts to set up the entire environment.
Yep. So because we have done a couple of workshops in the morning, I believe uh, people are already accustomed. I mean, they might have
Okay,
accounts.
perfect.
So
Sure.
I'm thinking that that's the thing. Link is not working. Which link is not working, Santosh? Santosh, can you speak up? Which link? Or you
Yeah,
can write.
you shared the link, right? The document link that is not working.
Oh, is it? It
Yeah,
should.
I think that is coming from S3. AWS is facing some outage from morning, maybe because.
Oh, okay. It is working for me. Just try it again. Maybe.
No,
I
not
don't.
working. I think someone
It's
also
working for
reported
me
that.
as well. It's working for me as well.
Okay. Anyway, I can share you the document. This document I can upload into a
Okay,
drive location. Just give me a moment.
sure.
Meanwhile, please go to the Elastic Cloud and go to the account here. Okay, sorry. Go to the any deployment, or go to the API keys which is there here. I can give you this link URL as well, so that for the time being, this is the keys, and create a key here. Generate API key. That is your goal for now, and then we'll tell the next steps. Meanwhile, I'll upload the thing. Also, guys, please, this is the last workshop, and then like please, if you have any questions on Elastic or anything, like please ask us, because again, it would be great to interact and understand each other. So definitely appreciate if you have any questions. Don't wait till the end, and maybe like any question is fine, because we are in the process. You can ask questions. Meanwhile, everyone else is trying to do the stuff. Okay, if you have trouble, speaking like how KM has replied, I think Ravi, if you can take that on, like, because
Okay. Sorry. What continue?
yeah, this is a bit tricky than Zoom, because wherein your
Yeah,
participant.
notifications.
Yeah, exactly. I can understand. Yeah, there is a question in the chat.
So
Saying,
KM, uh, are you using cloud.elastic.co?
Yes.
Okay. And you see 254 GB node size, or you see 254 GB storage, RAM size or storage?
It's RAM.
Okay. It shouldn't be the case. We don't do auto scaling. Uh, I mean, we are going to launch auto scale up and scale down very soon, but as of now, auto scaling is not enabled. Maybe we can connect after the session and uh, try to debug what kind of issues you're facing. You have a email IDs, Kim, by any chance?
Yes, it's km@lbit.in.
Okay, I'll drop you a note and then maybe after the session we can connect.
Okay.
km@lbit.com, right?
yeah, Ravi, I have the idea. I'll give you.
Okay, sure.
Sure, great. So Santosh, I think I have pasted a Google Drive link. This should work. And oh, Santosh left the conversation. Anyway, okay, let us quickly get. This is a long session actually, comparatively. So I'm gonna just create a session and then and have a API key. I'll also download it. Okay, it's done. And then so I have created an API key. So what API key does is, whenever you are creating these deployments here all the time, you also see that there is something called equivalent API requests. So this can be created also on APIs. So like infrastructure as a code kind of a thing. So we also are launching or already pre-beta Terraform provider, so that you could use Terraform to spin up resources. So obviously there, so don't worry about it. Yeah. So here I'm gonna use the Strigo environment that I have provided. So I have this Linux box that is there. I believe each one of you have logged into this particular thing and then came here. So according to the doc, we have generated the API key, and then I have copied this API key, and then I have gone to the Strigo. Don't click the link here because that event is ended. Now I have given you a special new event. So please go through that event, sign up, and then now you have to execute bidden configure. Bidden is a tool that we have created through which you can, do some cloud related work, elastic related work. So that's the tool that you're using, and then just use that. So if you don't use the default region is like GCP Europe West. If you want to specify any host, I mean a specific region, you could always go to the regions list here. Okay. So you could always go to the regions list here and then pick up whatever you want. Just pick up. So say like if you want to pick up Azure, say Southeast Asia. So I'll just copy this thing, Azure East Asia, and then I'm gonna use it in the Strigo. So in Strigo again, so as per the document, if you see that, you should click on the test view, and then you should use that actually. So please make sure that you do that. Okay. So I will say bidden. I hope you are able to follow me. If you are not, please let us know. So, oh shit, I did a mistake. So I need to go again and okay, I will say Southeast Asia. So this is the Azure region. Let us see if it takes unsupported unknown cloud region. So supported regions are these. So we can run it there for the time being. Maybe GCP Central 1. We'll try that. So this is for this specific demo actually. So you could always run. This is just you will see why we are doing this. Why I'm not able to copy. Let me see if it works or not. Okay, I'll go ahead with this one. It's fine. So now what happens is when I go and start the bidden environment, then I will be able to create automatic deployment, right? So if you see here, if I say bidden deploy, it will kickstart an environment. So first of all, let me show you that I don't have any observability deployment. I'll delete both of them so that we can. Yeah. Okay, great. Now I come to this place and then I can do bidden. It's a bit slow. Don't know why. maybe my and this might cause further delay in maybe the configuring the cluster. So let us see what happens. So you see that the build has been created. We just configured the thing. So I'll wait for the build to come up. Meanwhile, any questions? Anything that you specifically want to ask, or you're good with, or you're following? If you're following the document, please let us know. Let you do it myself, but then like you have questions, please let us know. Anything, if you follow, are you following on the document like that we shared right now?
I'll ask another question. How many of you are able to create a cloud instance? You've logged into cloud and you're able to load the cluster. Just do a plus on the chat if you're done with the entire process that Arvind has covered. Okay, I think it's still work in progress.
Yeah, see, because of the virtual environment, the thing is like we need to hear you. We can't see you anyway. So please, please understand, like reply us. Just it's fine even if it is noisy at your place. We just want to, kind of understand what you're doing and then like maybe help much better. Where is this?
Cluster creation progress.
Yeah, no problem. Same as well, right? Yeah, great. Meanwhile, someone else had a question when we were kind of like doing this session. So previous session about Elastic. So if you have questions, you can ask now in this in between meanwhile while we create this environment. You can ask us, yeah. Can get that Strigo link again. Okay. You're able to log in or you're not able to log in? Nilesh?
I'm able to log in, but I'm not able to see anything on this.
Yes, you need to click
environment.
this test tube. You need to kind of like click the test tube icon here. That is where your virtual machine will be running.
Couple of best practices. There is just below your profile, there is a follow presenter. Uncheck that, otherwise you would be only be able to see Arvind's screen. Provided you are able.
Yeah, once you log into the Strigo environment, you should be able to kind of see. Okay, I see the Nilesh is sending. Oh, okay. Nilesh, can you please refresh or sign in with the correct address? Something it is saying, right? Sign in with the correct address.
Yeah, I tried. It is opening same. I tried it twice actually.
Oh, okay. Something might be wrong. Let me see if I could do something else. Like meanwhile, what you do is,
Can you try in an incognito window?
yeah,
Okay.
I could log into the machine, so I think it's there. Okay. I tried signing again and it worked. Probably it might be some. So this is like a lab environment where we create, run workshops, and also the trainings are virtual trainings are done on this, and then it is really interactive. It's to be honest, really very useful and better than sometimes these Zoom and Teams and all of this stuff, where the instructor will share the slides here and you can go and do the labs immediately and etc. And there is a chat and video function as well, so you could chat with everyone and do all of that as well, so that's there as well. So I could see Karthik, Ravi and Santosh trying. If others haven't, please let us know if you want to go ahead and do that. So same in incognito. Nilesh, could you please try logging out and logging in like what Santosh has tried in, because this should work, because this is just uh, a simple stuff. Just see if it
Sure.
works.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll see if I could give a fix again in a different manner. It also depends upon sometimes the network and the details. You might see something like the unhealthy deployment, shards are unavailable, that's and all, but that is due to the script running here, and then it'll just get right in a minute, so don't worry about it. And most of the times with the region that we are doing, it might get a bit tricky, so that's why I choose a much nearer region. Once we get this up and running, then we are done. There is nothing that we need to do actually. So while we are waiting for uh, the thing to happen, so Nilesh, I believe did you create the stuff? Like, did you get the thing running?
No, it is not happening actually.
It is not happening. You are not able to log into the Strigo environment.
No, yeah.
Okay. Oh, let me see if I could give you a different link, Strigo, so that you can go ahead and do that. I'll see if I could do that. Meanwhile, just hang on. So while this is happening, we'll just get over and then look into uh, the application that we are gonna monitor today, or the ingest data from the lab environment when we did bid and deploy, and it kind of like deploys this environment, and then it kind of creates this app and starts loading everything automatically. It gets the Elasticsearch URL. The script has everything to be to do actually. So the application is also there. So that's why you are able to look into all of that. So this is the high level diagram of what the services and everything do. It's a shop called Hipster, and then it has a front end. It has a load generator through which we are generating a load. It has a ads service. It is running on K8 as the Kubernetes. It has a cart service which is using Redis. It has a currency service, and to check whether the prices are according to the dollars, etc. There's a recommendation service which products are recommended from the product catalog, and the checkout service again, which has multiple dependent services like email, payment, and shipping service. So all of them are monitored using like Elasticsearch, and then bunch of beats and APM using file beat, metric beat, and APM. So this is what we're gonna instrument or look from data as well. So that's what we're gonna do. So by the end of the session, you will understand that what sort of a thing would like kind of like what kind of thing that we would like to do achieve. What are the different objectives that you could achieve out of this particular the architecture and Elastic Stack. Let us see if I have the thing done. Okay, it's still. So I don't know why it is taking a lot of time today, but usually it comes in decent time. But meanwhile, we'll click on the Kibana and open it up. Hopefully, it will not throw us a lot of errors. But it says deployment unhealthy. But we'll see what happens. And any questions until then? I should have given this thing maybe a bit early so that you would have developed it. I mean, created it, but then things happen for a reason. I could see 3 people in the session. So what we could also do is like, if you are not interested to do the hands-on and maybe want to do it later point of time, because there are a lot of people in the meeting that I could see. We are 14 excluding me and Ravi, that we are 12 people. So if you want to do it later point of time, this one will be there till the today midnight, that is there. But if you just want to see what we are going to demo, if you can tell, we will move faster, and then you can always reach us out later. So if you are feeling that way, just raise your hand and we are happy to do that as well. No, if you want to do it now, yeah. Yeah, okay. Nilesh said like, okay, you want to see. Great. I think we will wait for this thing to happen meanwhile, but I'll just show you the Kibana and all of this while we were going through that. So basically, like I said, this is the app that we have and through which we are mining and pulling the data. So where is this app located? This app is in the Strigo environment here. And that's where we did the deploy, and then it brought in all of the stuff actually. So ideally, it should not take this long, and I could see that it is taking a lot of time. We'll quickly go to the APM. So that's where the app is, and then I mean the app collection is happening, and that's where everything is being pulled up. So it's also showing no services found. Why? Because the timing is not properly set. So let us go back and see what is the timing says. So it is May 18, 2020 to May 19, 2020. So this is coming from the APM agents, this data. So that's how you are able to get all of this data actually. May 18, 2020 to May 19, I believe. 8 o'clock to 9:30. Update. Yeah, you see all those services that we have seen. We are looking at the same place actually. So now let us quickly go and see the service map and how the services are, put in here, and then how it is being placed up, and using which we can get into more and more stuff actually. So you see here, okay, I think I have done something. So, okay, so you see that the services are all linked and it is giving, maybe it is not showing full stuff because the cluster is still uh, pulling up. Maybe it's due to this particular script, or let us see. Okay. Anyway, so let us see. So for example, if I go to the email service, it shows the CPU usage and the memory usage, and I can go detailed into the service details, like what is the memory and all of these details that are being consumed. So all of this is being pulled up by, for Python, it is a Python agent. For Go, it's the Go agent, and for the Node.js, it is the JavaScript agent. So we have different agents for each language, and then you can pull the data from that particular service using that. And let me kind of, go back and show you that this is how it should ideally look. I know that it is a bit screwed up now because of the deployment being unhealthy, but then you will see this once the deployment is set. You will be seeing this usually. So why we have chosen this approach is like because we want to show a real world microservice based deployment, and then also want to complete this in a decent amount of time. So and then we have created this, and then the app will automatically ship the data, but then it is taking a while due to the network, or at least my network or something, and then that's why it is not working. And then followed, if you see here, like it has a lot of tech here, like we are using most of the languages. Usually it is one or two, but then you see we are using most of the languages like .NET, Go, JS, and then lucky we don't have Java as well, so otherwise that would also be there. And then we'll head to the metrics app and see how the I'm saying that it's a Kubernetes environment, right? How this Kubernetes is working. So we'll get and we'll see how the containers are placed and how it looks like. So what generally people know is like when you push the data to Elasticsearch, you create dashboards and look into it. So that is a usual way to that people look at. But we have created over a period of time bunch of apps, again free apps, so that you could explore and then look into all of that actually. Okay, this is where it fails. So I don't know. It is still not.
Yeah, still not loaded, right? Same error for us also.
Yeah. So I don't know what's wrong. I don't know whether it is our cloud, or probably it's wrong with the GCP or something. It should not take this much amount of time, but I think something is wrong today. Maybe I was thinking that first two workshops went really well, and then we didn't face any issues, and people were able to complete at least a bit of it and get. But I think the final workshop, they thought like, okay, good. But meanwhile, like if you have any questions, just like related to Elasticsearch in general, please ask. We have to wait and see what happens. Alternatively, I could also show you the same thing at the demo.elastic.co, but I don't want to do that. Reason being, it is always there available, and you can also look into that. But then this is a very customized workshop. Yeah. There's something. Okay, so here if you could see, we are looking at Kubernetes or Docker containers. So okay, again we need to set the time. So this is being fixed, wherein when we checked time from a different places, so it should be all sharing the time, the same time zone. Like time can't be reset again and again, because you are doing investigation or looking at some data, and the time should be carried. So that's what is being fixed. I think it is going to come in very soon, or like it has come in 7.10. I didn't check 7.10, so maybe it will be available and easy to look into that as well. So let us go to the 19th 12 a.m. I just don't want to be, wrong this time. Yeah, as you could see, there are a bunch of services again. So it is trying to auto stop refreshing, auto refresh. So it is bunch of containers that we have here. Oh shit, I think I did a mistake. Anyway, May 19, 12 a.m. Okay, this is correct. So we have a bunch of containers here, and you could also like group them by the namespace or the cloud provider. So you would get the cloud provider because we have only one cloud deployed here. That's why it is doing that. But then you could also do it by service type and a lot of these changes. And then you could also do it by namespace. I believe I'm just finding out that, or Kubernetes pods, through which you will be able to find out what is there. So from there you could go to the logs, metrics, and traces, all correlated. So just collect using three things here: metric beat, file beat, and the APM agents. And you see how things are automatically correlated easily. So if you do this like Docker containers, let me see, there should be more, but I think not all are sending data at this point of time. But let me kind of like make sure that it is there. So you see all containers. If there are more and more containers, you will see in that way. But generally, basically, you see that it is visible in this waffle map format. You could also convert this into the the table format. So yeah, so all the pods based on the type of the CPU and stuff, you could figure out. You could also like change the color palette based on the status and the kind of like system, etc. You could apply that, and it will tell you that what sort of stage that particular container is there based on the CPU memory and the metrics that you are looking at. So that is the metrics UI for you. And then you have the metrics explorer as well, through which you can pick up that some particular Docker related stuff, and then like look into metrics of that particular node or the container or the pod, or maybe say some metadata that you want to add on top of both of that and find out. You could pick up these own graphs, like say you could do average of like I think it's already there. No, let me remove this and then show you the node percentage. I think we are seeing that. Okay, usage, sorry, every time I get it wrong. Yeah, you would get the node percentage here, and you could also always again, this is a big blunder. I think like we are going to correct it. Like at this point of time, like you can choose what kind of like the data it has, because the data is being shipped in a specific data set is being shipped in a specific format. The timestamp, it is going to, we are going to look at that particular area. But other than like this will stay on if you have configured once or twice. And then you could also be able to do the average of this the same node percentage and graph for each container name. So here if you are seeing so you could say that, okay, I am not sure whether 18 to 19, right? Okay, 18 date. Absolute 19. Let me put 2030. See what data we will have. No data. 830 or 930 is something that you're looking at. I think it should come in because the bracket is there. If the data isn't there, then I think we can't do anything here. So what you could do is like you could graph like it is shown in the same thing. You could graph it. I'm thinking that the most of the problem is with this particular script, whatever I have started. Maybe I have done some mistake here, but others are also facing the same problem. If you are trying to do it, would others are doing the same problem?
Yes, yes.
Okay, maybe it's the Strigo thing. Strigo runs on AWS, by the way. So this entire machine is running on AWS. I don't know how the networking or things are being placed. I believe they run it in EU or US East or something. The environment. So which region? I think they were. You see that it's being running in US West too. Maybe they are also facing some problem. Which region is did someone say like Santosh? I think someone was saying that which region is of US it was not working.
US West one. Sorry, East one, I think.
East
US
one. Huh?
East.
Oh, US East maybe yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe something is wrong. Maybe it is using some service there and it's not able to ship, or some network that is, because I was trying this yesterday and it was working fine. I don't know why it was not working now. Anyway,
Uh,
maybe
all
it's,
shards are
I'm thinking it's
completed
a
for me.
thing. Which one?
Shards are restored. I think everything is
Okay.
green now.
Yeah, I think
Replace
you
working
should be
fine.
able to continue with the workshop and then
Sure.
see if you see the data here. But the scripts that we used are deployed, and the Strigo itself is running on that particular place, so we can't help. So yeah. So another thing that you could do is like we have done this new kind of like alert integration, wherein again parts and parcel of this is free, and then you could go and look at them. So you could create alert wherein you, and there are also connectors. So like multiple connectors. I believe we are also bringing teams now, but then I think more and more connectors are gonna come through which you can push the alerts to that directly. So if you have ever used Elasticsearch for on alerts etc., you might be thinking of using it like a watcher. There's a separate query type connector, but this is more UI driven, and you also might have you have the graphs plotted here. If you want to create an alert, say for example, you can see how the data is being like the particular alert has a data trend. You can also test it, if and you can also see the alert that you are doing. If they don't have data, also alert you. Like after a while, it is not showing the data, and you could also test the alert condition based on the time and a lot of these things. So this is a new alerting framework which is right now in beta, and this is going to kind of extend its place in more and more pages. Everywhere that you see, every page that you see, you will see this particular thing. Let me also go and see the other one. So there is also a dashboard that we have created here, and which does this logs metrics APM correlation. But before that, I'll also show you there is an overview page in observability, which we have created, through which you should be able to get all the latest updates here, but also like the logs metrics APM uptime related information here. So let me go to the, that is one information to look at. So you have a page, you have alerts that are created and how the alerts are doing well, that is there. Then there are some dashboards that are there. Okay, I think the dashboards are not created because this is not happening. So I should wait for the people who have created and done. maybe maybe you could see. I'm just waiting for my shards to get restored. So anyone who has completed or looked at some of these actually? So you have the same thing here, which is demo.elastic.co, which has the same number of containers and all of that. But the demo has something more that we want to show than this. It's like let me remove this. You can also go and look if anytime then you want to kind of look into this thing, the new features, you can always go and like come and look at this particular page. Okay, there is no container image level information, container image tagged, no. Container ID, no. Okay, so the thing that I'm trying to show you here is how this works for each container. So the same thing should work, but I am not sure why it is not. Okay. Maybe I'll put, okay, let it be. So this is one way to look at things. Let me also go to the some other dashboards. So you will see a logs, metrics, APM dashboards once this demo is completely pushes all the data. You will see that the data, how the apps are doing, and what are the configurations. You can export this configuration, also use in your thing, but of course, like you will be able to create the saved object, but not the exact data patterns because the data is shipping from a different app. And then you could also create this this entire the change the timing and look at different information. This is about the log, metrics, and APM use case. What I should have done is like I should have sent you yesterday or to kind of like fix or look into this particular situation, so that otherwise we wouldn't have wasted a lot of time on this. Any questions till now? Anything that you want to ask? Yeah, this is a so the new alerting is slightly different. So if you go here, stack management, you have watcher, you have alerts and actions. Watcher is the alerting that has been there from quite some time, and then create a threshold alert, and then you kind of you can create this data pattern and like look into all of that, like say APM, and you have these details, and like if I say that, and then you can choose the time and like date and everything, and then you look into all of that. So you could also see the show request and see how the query is getting fired. This is one way to look at it. The new alert and actions is happening on the side of where the data is there. So you could do different metric threshold, log thresholds, or inventory. This is from the centralized place, that is from the dashboard place, where you can simply click and create the alert there and then itself. This is one another way to look at it. You could also create alerts on say suppose your TLS certificate is getting expired. You can set a monitor, and you can obviously get details. Actually, this is the difference between the watcher and the new alert action. So yeah, that's one thing that was shared. I want to again check and see if this one has come up. Yeah, I think it's near completion. Okay, fine. Let me see if I could show you everything that I'm shown till now. Okay, it will again reset to this place. May 18th, and okay, it seems it's working. Okay, then I have Docker containers, and then I also have Metrics Explorer. Okay, not last hour. Absolute. Okay, this is how it is. Let me go and see if there are other dashboards that are loaded. I don't know why it is not working. Okay, the dashboards are not loaded as well. I think it will take another set of time to complete some other stuff. Like, it is setting all of that. Anyway, let me refresh this guy as well for a while so that it is loading the latest information. Okay. Now, where are we in the guide? Job anomaly action and do with that, like, put it in the email or all of these places. So that is what it does. And then coming to the machine learning, you could also go and look at the machine learning jobs that we have created here. I think that has been done. So let us see if that is working here or not. So imagine that you have to create all of this by yourself. It would have taken a lot more time for you to do, because uh, it will not be able to done in like one single time. So in the APM app as well as the other apps, there is this ML jobs place wherein you could directly create this ML job, and then you can go and look into I don't know whether single metric where would work here in this situation, because I don't know whether let us see at the payment service. Let's look at the request. Yeah, luckily it is looking at. So you will be able to see this anomalies that are being there, and see how it really works. And then what are the model bounds and a lot of these things that you can do. You will also be able to see what anomalies that it has looked at, each one of this actually. So that is the machine learning service for you. And then you could also create alerts on top of it and then look into it. So it's like, let me pick up another anomaly detection. Which service is it? Edward service request. So here still you don't see any anomalies. I think that model is not run till this point, but there are some very less severity model bound. So you could also do this particular. This is something that you could look at. You would also be able to configure some actions. Like, say, if you want to go and look into this particular data point and then look into a specific dashboard, or change something, what's happening, so you will be able to do it. So why this is important is, suppose if you are looking at a very large scale app, and then you want to find out the activities that is happening, so that would be really helpful for you to kind of like look into all of this. So this is called swim lane. If you have multiple microservices, and then when an anomaly of a specific severity occurs, it shows overall and when and what and how it has happened, etc. So that's the overall part actually. So you will be able to see which service is having a lot of score, anomaly score as well. So yeah, that's about it. I'm not going to waste a lot of time because somehow this is still not working. And I think yeah, it's saying like it's trying to run the ML jobs right now, whatever we are looking at. So it is still running. So I don't think it is up or down or at this point of time. So I click on explore. It might not show the data. Yeah, it's still running. So takes a while to show the data. Yep. Anyway. Any questions
for you, Arvind?
Which one?
5 more minutes for you after your step. I saw that after the last step, it has taken 5 minutes for me to restore entire thing. So I was just saying that we have 5 more minutes.
I believe that maybe I don't know, but I'm putting it because till now we were using Elastic Cloud in the other workshops. It is not given any problem, but I'm thinking this is a problem with the Strigo. Maybe I didn't use it from the morning, so maybe something is wrong today with this stuff. And I'm glad I didn't use it from the morning. Otherwise, all the workshops would be like this. Anyway, so yeah, I think if you have some issues with the data is being collected from the both logs, metrics, and traces are being put through the anomaly detection flow, and then through which you will be able to see each one of this, and then there are functions that are run, detectors that are run through which you will be able to see the data, how it is being looked at. See, all of this you could also do. It is not something really crazy. I mean, you could also like push this data in this workshop and sit and do this, but it will just take more time. That's why we are ingesting this data, which found to be very unproductive at this point of time. So yeah. Just gonna skip this part and then because it is anyway running, so no point. So another thing that I want to show here is which is good, maybe which everyone can implement in their deployments is like the APM through simple service. The APM works pretty good, and then you will be able to see a lot of relevant data and information when you are like having microservice environment, and it will also find out this what do you call it'll also find out the CPU pressure. If you are using Java based applications, it will also find out that that related JVM related information as well. So which might be very useful kind of to a bunch of people wherein they are running the apps and they always want to kind of like look at how the app is doing. Like say, if I look into this particular JVM, and then I'll be able to see what is happening here in this JVM, and then how the CPU and everything is being running here. Like you see here, how is the garbage collection when it happened, and when the garbage collection happens, how is the heap memory got changed, and then how is the thread count got impacted, how is the CPU got impacted. So you can do all of that. So which found out to be really useful for a lot of people who are trying to figure out, because this is how you can correlate and look into data. Another advantage here is to see if you are looking at traces, like say get ads is an thing here. So if I go and look at a specific pane or a specific request, like say how they're getting ads, and then I want to look at the logs, I could go to the logs, I could go to the container logs itself, I could go to the trace logs, how the trace is being, if you have logged into your application, I mean in the trace as a trace, you could also look into that as well. So that's what is being done. So this is how observability works. So this is how you could kind of like figure out things between multiple places. It also automatically captures the what do you call the kind of errors and exceptions. I'm not getting the name right exactly, but errors and exceptions. Say for example, if you are looking at the front end service, I hope that it has some errors. Transactions. See that if you are looking at these, and then however the errors are error trend, it'll also show you what is the error and which agent, like its Chrome and its version, so that you could replicate in-house. So that is a useful discovery to me. It's at least from a developer point of view. It will also tell you that which version of Go, maybe some servers are not updated or containers are not updated with the latest app or something. So that is quite helpful for me to look into all of this. Now I'll kind of like leave this here and wait for a while, and then we can see what we can look into. So this is a very pretty long and deep workshop, and you could go into each one of these, spend some time. Like I said, go into the logs, like say each one of these, you can do all of that. So I'll leave it here, and then if you have any questions, I'll come back and we'll talk. So if you have any questions, let me know. This lab, I mean, I can extend you because I think it's going to take a lot of time to do. I can extend you till tomorrow, and then the lab will be available. So this particular Strigo environment, I don't know because maybe due to some reason. So what we will do is I'll extend this till now it is there till the midnight, but I'll extend till tomorrow. We can I mean like tomorrow maybe like till afternoon, so that even if you want to showcase it to someone, you can showcase it. Yeah, I hope that works.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, great. So let us know if you have any questions. Go through the lab. Me and Ravi are here, and then we'll see how it works.
Arvind, shall I quickly demo some of the new features that have been added?
Yeah, you can. You can. I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, I just got one of the demo environments up and running, so I thought because Trigo is acting up, it's pretty slow, but I think we should be able to work through that. Just
Sure. So meanwhile, guys, if you have any question related to architecture, related to how this is being done, feel free to ask. Even if you don't if you don't think that, okay, I don't have knowledge, don't feel like that. We'll see if we could answer that, or we could take it later. But please ask. The idea of creating this workshop is to have the discussion and not to sit idle. Even if you didn't like, let us know, and we will see how we can improve.
just checking if you're able to see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, so this is our observability screen. This is 7.10. So few additional features have been added in 7.10. So I mean, like we said, observability is a single view that you get so that you can do an end-to-end monitoring of your entire infrastructure, be it your raw logs, be it your application logs, be it your system logs, be it your infra monitoring, your application performance monitoring, or your uptime. Now we have added one more element called user experience, basically how your website is performing in different regions and using different browsers as well. So that is another advantage that we have, another feature that we have added to our observability story. Again, the overview screen gives you an overall overview. It's still work in progress. We are improving this. If you see, you also get all the alerts here. So irrespective of what index you have, what data coming in, if any of the alerts in individual category, be it metrics, logs, APM, or uptime, any of the alerts are triggered, you'll get all the list of alerts here. And you can go and check them out and take actions as well. Now, Arvind covered logs, metrics, APM, I think uptime a bit as well. So I'll jump onto user experience, what it does. Now, this is user experience is actually using Google's core vitals feature that was introduced, a web vitals feature which was introduced recently, which monitors all your website performances, and we captured those metrics using a real user monitoring agent. And you got to get a lot of insights how your website is performing across the globe, in which country, what kind of visitors you're getting, using what browsers, and you can go drill down and see how your web app or website is performing across the globe, or how much time each uh, page is taking, and what kind of delays you are seeing, which are the slowest regions, which are the fastest regions. So maybe if you want to create uh, local edge networks or CDNs in those regions, you can figure that out by taking these kind of uh, user experience monitoring. So it's a nice and handy tool to give an overall performance monitoring of your front-facing website. We have also launched synthetic monitoring. Now, synthetic monitoring, what it does is it takes screenshots of your website. Unfortunately, I don't have synthetic monitoring set up in this environment, but we have a really nice demo video available on our webinars. So if you are interested, if you know something about synthetic monitoring and different frameworks available, we do something similar, and this would be available next to your uptime, and you can even correlate your user experience monitoring along with the screenshots, say how the website was performing. So we have a very handy feature. It's still work in progress. It's early stages for synthetic monitoring, but it's nice uh, way to start analyzing your web applications, how they are performing, whether there are any issues in any of the new features that you are adding, or any of the applications that APIs that you have set up. So I would say give it a try in 7.10 if you're interested. Uh, Again, it's very easy to get started. You get a free 14-day trial. You can use your Azure credits, your AWS credits, your GCP credits. Please ensure that you're using the official Elastic version, because these features are only available in the official Elastic version. They are not available in an official open source version. So just give it a try in your free time. We have a lot of material available on our website. We have free trainings, we have webinars. We keep conducting on webinars. So sign up for our newsletter, sign up for our Slack community as well, where you'll keep on getting all these updates as well. So that's a very quick overview of what all things we added recently. Obviously, there are a lot of performance improvements and other features that we have added to APM metrics, logs, and uptime as well. But this is something really nice that we have added recently. So I thought I'll quickly showcase. That's it. I'll hand it over to Arvind, or we'll wait for you to uh, work on your workshop, your lab. If you face any questions, any queries, we are there for some more time. Feel free to reach out to us.
Hey, this is Kumaravel. So I have one specific question. For example, we have a single cluster of Elasticsearch is holding logs from multiple applications, and I wanted to isolate, like, kind of a multi-tenancy. I would say, for example, you have 4 applications. I want to put all the 4 applications logs into a single Elasticsearch cluster, and application 1 user should be able to see the logs only from their application, not the other application logs. So is it technically possible to do this kind of a multi-tenancy setup in Elasticsearch?
Yes, absolutely. We have very granular level role-based access available, uh, where you can create users using either native authentication, or you can connect to LDAP or any SSO SAML provider as well. And you can have index level, document level, and even field level role-based access. So you can define very granular level rule-based access. So yes, that's very well possible. You can either create separate indexes for your each application, or even if you have a single index and you have multiple applications writing logs to the same index, based on your document attribute, you can define which types of documents are accessible to which users. So yes, that is very much possible. It's in fact a very common use case.
So the document is nothing but a specific to an application. I can say I have to define a document specific to an application. So then I make this user has an access only for this document. That way we can control that access. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
I think we have like one more question from KM saying that regarding the CPU utilization graph, do you store this info in Elasticsearch itself, or you have a columnar database for, I can't read the last one, for this feature? No. So first of all, Elasticsearch is the one-point solution for everything. And most importantly, how we store this metrics is we have a special sort of a data structure that helps us to do this thing in Elasticsearch. We don't use any other columnar database. Whatever you are seeing on the cloud is the one infrastructure that is being deployed. We don't use any other database or database technology. All the solutions that we spoke from the morning to till now are all using or developed using Elasticsearch itself.
Yeah, but Arvind, columnar database will be providing a better performance compared to what Elasticsearch will be doing for storing, say, CPU utilization data.
You see, CPU utilization data is just metrics, right? For us, it's just like one another metric, right? So what performance that you are telling, like say you are picking up something like Prometheus, right? Is it?
No, I was using ClickHouse.
Yeah. So see, I mean, couple of these, these columnar databases, they might be doing something, they might be choosing a specific use case to give you more performance, or like it is very tuned for that particular use case, like say metrics, right? Metrics store. So it is not wrong, and it might work out very well. So even for the current, I think Ravi can add in more color to whatever I'm trying to tell. Like there are many customers who are using Elasticsearch for shipping all sorts of data, like logs, metrics, and application traces into one cluster. That's why even the deployment name is named as observability actually. So if you see here, we offer the same amount of metrics performance that you are looking at, also then at a nanosecond level as well. So I don't see, I kind of like want to give you a link. I'm trying to find out how we give that performant results. So you said that how we are able to do that, right? So I have a blog post that I have read maybe a year or something back. So I'll just kind of like send you that particular thing. So it will be say equally performant. And if you see that it is not performant, let us know and we'll see what are the best practices that we can suggest to you.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Meanwhile, I just posted what my thoughts are on the column-oriented database.
Sure.
So just to add to what Arvind said, Elasticsearch is more like a general purpose data store where you can store unstructured data, structured data, and even columnar or metrics based data as well. So it's more versatile. And I wouldn't say that if you do, say, very specific comparisons with the likes of ClickHouse or other very specific columnar databases, performance, they might be better performing, but what additional feature we offer is you can correlate your columnar data or metrics data, likes of CPU, with raw logs, so that you can understand you're getting a error in your log file, which is due to some CPU utilization spike or IOPS spike on one of your servers. So that is an added advantage that you get by storing all kinds of data at a single place. And that's the reason why a lot of users choose Elastic Stack over managing multiple databases. Elasticsearch is good enough to do a lot of these things. The performance benchmarking, okay, if you start doing millions of events per second and then compare it at that scale, yes, there might be some difference. The ClickHouse or similar databases might be more performant, but for normal day-to-day use cases, frankly, Elasticsearch is good enough.
Yeah, thanks for providing that additional info regarding relating the logs as well as the CPU usage. It's a compelling point.
Yeah. There is a good case study of from eBay. You can either search on our website elastic.co and just search eBay. They do entire end-to-end monitoring of their infrastructure using Elastic Stack. They generate petabytes of data per day.
Yeah, I'll do that. And Arvind, thanks for the link.
Yeah, I mean that is the
Detailed on the metrics front as well, how we store metrics and what is the advantage.
So to be really honest, like we have our cloud platform, the cloud platform that you're seeing. This cloud platform metrics are all stored on Elasticsearch. So and it is like some 30,000 clusters that are running on this cloud platform, and then we ourselves like use it, and we make sure for the customer and a lot of the stuff. So that is another thing to look at. But then I think you should always go to use cases, and there are many use cases that are there here, and I would recommend you to visit at least some of them, and then you could find out stuff related to how different people are looking at. So you could I will try to find out this link and give it to you, but then if you find it out by yourself, like you can also go and look at it. Yeah, see, monitoring anything and everything with beats. This is the one that Ravi was saying.
Okay.
So the link that I have I have given you is the metrics link, metrics category link, through which you can post the same question and answer. I mean, like some of us from the community team or anybody could help. If you have any metrics related question, please ask us. We have integration to other metric stores as well, namely Prometheus. If you are more into Kubernetes and cloud native and you want to do that, you could also scrape the metrics, because Elasticsearch is a backend store for several of these metric stores, like Jaeger, which is for tracing, for Prometheus, which want to pull. So there are many things actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Arvind. Thank you.
So what is it? I've got this message while registering. I didn't understand, Sri. What do you mean by can you please tell me?
So this is about 30 days free use of platform as well as
Yes,
the content. Right?
correct.
What exactly
So the entire the workshop details will be given to you. I think we have given a link in the afternoon, like for the afternoon workshop. Morning there is another link, the guides, 3 guides that we have given, plus the whatever the work that you have done, or you want to continue to the work. The cloud trial will be there, the cluster will be there. You can play with it, you can do everything. The labs that we are doing on this external, like Strigo, this particular one, okay, this is a separate environment altogether, completely. So this is not related to Elastic. Actually, this is a lab that we are running for you to ship the data. Once the data is in here, like say this particular place, you will be able to do everything by yourself. I mean, you don't need that environment. So this will be there till tomorrow afternoon. So only this one. The other labs are already there with you. So the cloud account is the one that you need to really hang on, and then that is where you could see. If you see a pop-up that okay at 14 day or something, like okay this is going to expire, just click on extend. It will extend automatically. Okay. If you want to sign up or share the trial to any other colleague, I'm pasting a link which also gives you a 30-day trial, so that you can go and try this up by yourself. Like you can use this link.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, you could spin up a 8 GB cluster or something like that, I believe. Yeah, 8 GB RAM cluster, and then which is good enough to do most of the POCs.
Okay, so actually the first one I missed today, so may I get the content or something?
I think it's not so much, and the guide, it's more theory and a 30 minutes workshop. I'll share the details. I'll share the guides and labs in a mail to everyone actually.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Great. So I think we covered most of it. Finally, it showed the username password. Yeah, great. You were saying something. Please tell me.
I mean, there's one question. So, for the better observability perspective, when we are defining certain APIs or logging, application log, is it something specific to improve the observability we have to include in the log or in the API, or is there any guidelines on that perspective?
I lost you in between. Sorry, maybe there is internet
No,
problem. Could you please tell me again?
not a problem. I mean, for better observability, the data that we are getting from API or the log, that is what help to give a good, visual representation through the Elasticsearch, right? So to define such a quality, observability, do we need to do anything in the API end or in the logging part? Is there any specific guidelines so this could be done to improve the better,
I think that's what I shared, and I believe you could see my screen, right?
Yeah.
So in the beginning part of the session, some of you might not have seen this. So this is the application that is there. Imagine you have an application which is having multiple services. Each service is written in a different programming language, or it is using a different data store. Just imagine your business application, whatever you have. And then how do you get this data to Elasticsearch? Is using these things, the beats or the APM agents. So that's what you are saying, that I need to collect these and I need to create dashboards. So just use the standard collection mechanisms. So we have these apps now, like these apps, which will do these, which will kind of like find out these information automatically, which will kind of like show you these details automatically, because we are doing that apps, we are creating that dashboards, we are creating everything for you. You don't need to specifically do anything here actually. You understand? You just need to use the agents and the beats. We kind of do the heavy lifting for doing all of that. I hope I made sense. Like you're understanding what I'm trying to say.
I got it. Thank you.
So yeah, this is what we missed in the previous stuff. Once it is done, this workshop would be good to look at actually. So somehow you were not able to do it in time. Yeah. You'll be able to see which service is taking more amount of memory. This is called tile map. Then you have the response times and your ad served and product shipped, a lot of these details. Yeah. So this is a dashboard that we have constructed, but this is the app that you could go and look at. The observability app, which contains logs, metrics, views, APM, and uptime. Like what Ravi has shown, this is the uptime that we are looking at actually. Okay, I don't know why it didn't come. Any questions, others? Yeah, I think Chauhan, I think we will share the recordings. I don't know how it is going to be, because I didn't create this meeting. So I'm thinking that Amal, yeah, please tell.
So what we are going to do is we will pull the recording down from the cloud and see we'll do a review there, and we'll remove the unnecessary blank parts, and we'll share it maybe within a couple of weeks. It will be shared and the mail will be sent to your fingertips.
Okay, so I think like Amal said, I believe we could see it on a YouTube channel or something.
So again, that's again up to you people. If you're okay with sharing in YouTube, we can do that and in our organizer channel, or if you don't want to make it public and only share it among the participants of the workshop, we are open to do that also.
Yeah, because I think generally workshops are not mostly shared. Maybe it's
some content, content whatever is shown, maybe there will be some PII data.
No, I don't have anything like that.
Okay.
So only please, I think you could always go ahead and like do this stuff. I mean, go ahead. I mean, you can share it. We don't have any problem from Elastic. We are happy to put it.
Okay. All right. So we will let you know via email. And that's
sure. Great, guys. I think we are ending early. I don't know. I mean, like you have this lab environment. If you have any questions, we are happy to take. I think we showed a bunch of things, and then I'll make sure that this environment will stay for, good amount of time. So yeah, if you have any questions, please ask. So and you could also always reach us out on the Slack or the Slack community or the discuss and ask a question. We're happy to help. Any questions?
okay. Looks
Great.
like there are no questions. So I would like to express our thanks to wonderful trainers from Elastic, the support provided by Elastic for this conference, and the attendees who were there throughout the day, went through this wonderful workshop. It was a pleasure hosting this workshop to you, and thank you to Elastic team.
Thank you, Amal, and the organizers of AzConf. I think we'll see more vibrant and probably in-person workshops and conference in the future. Hope we all get to that stage soon. Cool, guys. I think like if you still have any questions, don't feel shy. Like please let us know in the chat or thing. We'll be there for another few minutes, and then we'll leave. If you want to leave now, you can leave. The environment will be there, and you have the cloud. You can use it anytime. Cool. Thanks for joining, and I'll ping my the kind of like the Twitter ID as well as Ravi. I think I have yours, Ravi. So I'll also send the stuff actually. Okay, I'm sharing all of the information again, so you don't miss it out. So please see the channel. So you can DM me even if it is not here. You can also DM me on Twitter. My DMs are open, and yeah, you could also always write. Ravi, is there an ID that we can like India related ID that we can share? Is there anything
Yeah,
that
India biz is there, right?
Okay, India biz at elastic.co. So this is the India ID if you want to so just to say like not to make it very individual specific. So so this will be there forever. So you can reach out definitely for if you have any questions on Elastic Cloud or discounts, etc. Great. Thank you so much. Good day.
Thank you
Everyone.
team. Yeah, it was really wonderful, this session. We really enjoyed. Thank you all.